Hey Southo, it's Mrs. Z back with another Read Aloud. I am super excited about the book we are reading today. It's called Superheroes Are Everywhere by Kamala Harris. So this book is written by our new Vice President of the United States of America, the first female Vice President, and the first woman of color to be a Vice President. Superheroes Are Everywhere by Kamala Harris, illustrated by Meckel Renee Rowe. Reading with permission from Philomel Books. Superheroes are everywhere. This book goes along with our theme of kindness. Faster than a rocket ship, stronger than a tidal wave, braver than a lion. Superheroes always make the world better, no matter what goes wrong. Whenever there's trouble, superheroes show up just in time. When I was a kid, I was sure that superheroes were everywhere, blending in with regular people, ready to do good at a moment's notice. I was determined to find them, so I started my superhero search right at home. It didn't take too long to find one. I noticed my mom had a magic touch. Her hugs made me feel warm, safe, and even strong. She knew I loved good food, so she taught me her secret recipes, and we'd create huge, delicious meals together for our friends and family. I even cooked some of the dishes all by myself. "See, Kamala," my mom would say, "you can do anything if you put your heart in it and try hard. Anything in the world." My mom was a superhero because she made me feel special. She believed in me, and that helped me believe I could do anything. Heroes make you feel special. Who makes you feel special? My sister Maya and I did everything together: ballet class, piano lessons, bike riding, and board games. I knew that if I ever needed her, she'd be there, one half of our dynamic duo. When we felt sad, my mom would throw us an unbirthday party so we'd feel better. Together, we'd eat unbirthday cake, open unbirthday presents, and dance around the living room. Maya was always by my side. My sister was a superhero because she was someone I could count on. Heroes are people you can count on. Who can you count on? I kept searching for superheroes in other parts of my family. My dad wanted me to be fearless. Whenever we were at the park, he'd let go of my hand and call out, "Run, Kamala, run!" And I'd run as far as I could, for as long as I could. My dad was a superhero because he made me feel brave. Heroes make you feel brave. Who makes you feel brave? My grandmother was one of the smartest people I've ever met, and she used her smarts and her voice to speak out for women who were being hurt and to teach them how to stay healthy. My grandfather used his voice to make India a free country. All of my grandparents in India and in Jamaica were superheroes for standing up for what's right. Heroes stand up for what's right. Who stands up for what's right in your life? My best friends and I cared about each other. When I was in kindergarten, I told a boy to stop teasing one of my best friends, and another time that best friend helped me when I fell on the playground. We all wanted to feel safe at school. My best friends were superheroes because they made one another feel safe. Heroes are best friends. Who are your best friends? I loved my first grade teacher, Mrs. Wilson. She taught us about plants and flowers, sang songs with us from cultures around the world, and revealed how tadpoles turned into frogs. Teachers like Mrs. Wilson are superheroes because they show us the whole wide world and help us chase our dreams. Heroes are teachers. Who are your favorite teachers? When I looked, I found a superhero right down my street. Mrs. Shelton was our family friend and was like a second mom to me. She watched Maya and me while our mom was at work. We'd gobble up her homemade biscuits, peach cobbler, and gumbo for special occasions, and pile into her car on Sundays for church. Mrs. Shelton treated everyone with love and respect. Her kindness made her a superhero to me. Heroes are kind. Who is kind to you? And a fact about Mrs. Shelton is that when Kamala Harris swore her oath as vice president, one of the Bibles that she put her hand on during her oath belonged to Mrs. Shelton. Aunt Lenore and I chased fireflies and caught them in jars. Uncle Sherman taught me to play chess. Aunt Mary and I read book after book together, and Uncle Freddie took me to museums where we'd see dazzling artwork. My aunts and uncles, my mom's friends who were part of our family, helped me explore my world, and that made them superheroes. Heroes explore with you. Who helps you explore? Even as I got older, I kept searching for superheroes. When it was time for me to go to college, I was excited to go where my Aunt Chris went to study, at Howard University. My grandmother hadn't had the chance to go to college, but she encouraged her kids, my mom and my aunts and uncle, to study hard, and they did. My mom became a scientist. My uncle Balu is an economist. My Aunt Sarala is a doctor, and my Aunt Chini works with computers. They were superheroes because they showed me that by working hard, I could be whatever I wanted to be when I grow up. Heroes work hard. Who do you know who works hard? After college, I wanted to become a lawyer, like some of the people I looked up to, Thurgood Marshall, Constance Baker Motley, and Charles Hamilton Houston. They fought in court because they knew that people aren't always treated equally, but should be. Like them, I wanted to make sure that the law would protect everyone. These lawyers were superheroes because they protected people by using the power of words and ideas. Heroes protect people. Who protects you? Once I became a lawyer and then a senator, I worked with all sorts of people to help kids. Even better, I got to know amazing kids who wanted to make the world a better place. And you know what I learned? Heroes make a difference together. Heroes are you. Superheroes are everywhere you look, even inside of you. Are you kind, brave, and curious? Are you a best friend? Do you share? Do you treat people fairly? Do you lend a hand when other people need help? You're a hero by being the very best you. Now that's pretty super. The Hero Code. Do you want to be a superhero? It's easier than you think. The first thing to do is raise your right hand and say the words on the next page out loud. If you want to wear a cape while you do this, you can, but you don't have to. So if you want to take the oath, raise your right hand and say, I promise to make people feel special, be someone people can count on, help people be brave, stand up for what's right, be a best friend, be a good teacher, be kind, explore with my friends and family, study and work hard, protect people who need it, make a difference when I can. I promise to be the very best me I can be. Here's a timeline of Kamala's life. And you know what is so fabulous is that this timeline continues, and in 2020 she was elected Vice President of the United States, and on January 20th of 2021 she became the very first female Vice President of the United States of America. Superheroes are everywhere.